मुनीसर लेक, मानसर लेक 2 क्रम्बल हुए हैं। मैं इसलिए बोल रहा हूं क्योंकि मैं जम्मू रहता हूं। शहजाद जी आप दूर रहते हैं, वहां पे बैठ के प्रवचन बांटना बड़ा आसान होता है। ऊपर से आप बात सुन लें अगर, इफ यू रियली वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट जम्मू वाज
आदित्य जी लोग ये भी तो पूछेंगे कि आपके लिए बुरहान वानी कौन है? आपके लिए बुरहान वानी कौन है?
From Jammu. The whole thing is that you in a debate also forget about Jammu. You are talking about Burhan Wani. You're talking about Lal Chong. Talk about 25 seats that BJP got from Jammu.
Oh,
did they
so
justify that?
PDP should not be asked questions, Smita, about Burhan Wani because we want to talk about Jammu and not Kashmir. PDP state की party है ना, तो मैं state पे सवाल पूछ नहीं सकती.
No, not just that. I think all that Shehzad has said right now about Jammu Kashmir and what the PDP is opposing on that. 6 hours or 8 hours from now, if there is a hung assembly, exactly what Shehzad has said, the PDP will say that ये सब दूध की नदियां बह रही हैं and everything is back to normalcy in Jammu and Kashmir is what Shehzad is saying, and that is going to be exactly what PDP will repeat if they are in alliance. So everything is up in the air. Backroom talks are happening. So for PDP to say that they got 28 last time, if this time they come to double digits, that itself will be great. And if they do come to double digits, then they are in league to talk to either the NC or the BJP, depending on how much the BJP can sweep in from Jammu. If they get in about 30 to 35, which they are hopeful for, then they are in the game for forming the forming the government in Jammu and Kashmir.
So let's look at Jammu and Kashmir and look at the possible scenarios. If the National Conference and Congress alliance gets a majority, it would mean a big gain for them in Jammu region. Statehood restoration calls will get louder. That's what will happen if National Conference and Congress get to a majority number. But there is a likely scenario where it is a hung house, and what happens if the National Conference and Congress is the largest but short of the majority mark? May take support from the PDP and or independents. That can happen. Will that take time? Will that mean government formation will take time, or will Aditya Gupta's party give immediate support? Maybe an unstable alliance due to differences within the party, but will they stick together to keep the BJP out? Let's look at another scenario where the BJP emerges as the single largest party as they are claiming at the moment. And this will mean they may take support from the independents if there are enough independents, and then you'll have a scenario where the BJP is the single largest party. It will be historic win against the regional parties, and will this then be called a referendum on Article 370, making BJP the largest party? Sushil Pandit, how do you see some of these scenarios and that secret Panch Ka Patta where the 5 nominated MLAs come in?
See, in a hung house, the additional 5 will always come handy for BJP.
They'll have voting rights.
They will certainly have voting rights.
Oh, same rights.
Absolutely same rights. They will form governments. They will help form governments, help bring the bloc to the majority. These 5 MLAs will be crucial, especially in a hung house. Now, when it comes to the results otherwise, which is, let's say, independents gaining a lot of traction. My feeling is the role of independents in a hung house is only to bring a hung house and not post-election scenario, because to bet on independents to create a stable working coalition is going to be a problem. It's going to be monkey balancing all the time. Hence, a solid, stable bloc would need 2 major formations coming together in order to create a comfortable majority.
Which means National Conference or PDP, do you think any of them can jump over to the BJP's side in case there is the single largest party situation?
So what is there?
See, there is, you know, as they say, the possibility of some people, some parties getting this number and that number. The probability says PDP is going to be in single digits and not high single digits, middle and low single digits.
Okay.
And not certainly nothing from Jammu. Congress is not doing well from Jammu. Omar is already on record having said this, that Congress is not concentrating on Jammu where they were supposed to deliver the region.
Navika, I don't agree with them.
Now,
Can I also say
all right.
something?
Everybody wants to come in, and I just want to show you that we don't have anything to compare in terms of the previous elections in Jammu and Kashmir, because this is how the Jammu Kashmir, constituencies, including Ladakh, look like in the previous elections that were held in 2014. These were delimitation seats. Now this is what Jammu and Kashmir, the union territory, looks like. Ladakh not part of this, and there is no apple to apple comparison that we are looking at. And how much, I'll come to you, Sanjay Jha, but first let me go to our research desk. And Siddharth, 5, is that a +5 for the BJP? And are we looking at a possibility where the BJP looks for one of the blocks of independence or a party that has the single digit numbers to make up a majority? Are we even looking at that?
So, Navika, what works in the BJP's favor is that Jammu and Kashmir as of today is a union territory. So there was a Supreme Court judgment that was delivered in 2018 with respect to Puducherry, where the Lieutenant Governor there has the right to nominate 5 MLAs. Those MLAs have voting rights. They also, of course, have a role to play when it comes to government formation. However, Puducherry remains a union territory with a legislature. There's a solemn assurance that's been given by the Ministry of Home Affairs, Mr. Amit Shah, on the floor of Parliament, that there will be a restoration of statehood as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned. This matter, when it went to the Supreme Court also said that you should hold elections in Jammu and Kashmir within a span of 1 year. So that particular promise has been upheld by the Centre and the Election Commission. But the Supreme Court also said that restore statehood as soon as possible and at the earliest. So what complicates matters with respect to Jammu and Kashmir is, and the rights of the Lieutenant Governor to nominate 5 MLAs, is that Jammu and Kashmir eventually will be becoming a state. When is Jammu and Kashmir going to become a state? That's a key question here.
As soon as possible, leaves it fluid, Sanjay Jha.
In the legislature. Not the
absolutely. If those 5 people can be nominated in Puducherry and nobody, cried foul then, why are they crying foul today?
Well, I'll make 2 points here. There's been a lot of conversation about independence becoming a very critical player in Jammu and Kashmir. If you go back by the last elections that happened, out of the 87, 80 seats were won by the 4 principal contestants in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay? To believe that, yes, Article 370 has brought about a change in the dynamic, but to believe that they will become so significant as to alter the entire landscape is, I think, living in a fool's paradise. But more important is what Mr. Pandit said at the very beginning. He said the BJP is not going to get anything in the valley. It's a public admission that the BJP's vote share will probably be in single digits with 0 seats. That by itself tells you that the BJP's entire political game plan was never to really create the social assimilation that is required in Jammu and Kashmir.
Oh, Anand Ranganathan, in the last 70 years, इन्होंने बहुत social assimilation किया.
The spokesperson actually admitted, Sabha, one second, the PDP spokesperson actually let out the cat from the bag. He said, when you talk of, Shahzad was talking about 20 million tourist footfalls last year, or in fact this year. He said Jammu's got barely 1 million. That means 19 million have gone to Kashmir, and yet Modi loses. That means the electorate is so communal. Whatever Modi does, they're not going to vote him. So this thing about Modi is dividing is complete
Magami.
कम्युनल की बात नहीं है.
हाँ, ये है जमीन पे क्या किया बीजेपी ने. हम स्टेट में थे, हमें यूटी में कन्वर्ट किया गया.
उससे क्या
इलेक्शन हर स्टेट में 5 साल बहुत होता है, हमारे में 10 साल हुए. इस बात दल में आप टूरिस्ट की बात कर रही है. कश्मीर तो टूरिस्ट प्लेस, वहां नहीं आएंगे तो फिर कहां जाएंगे?
नहीं
तो पहली बार नहीं,
कोई अचीवमेंट नहीं है. रोजी रोटी डज नॉट मैटर, ओनली थिंग्स लाइक स्टेटहुड मैटर. तुषार,
No, I'm sorry, but Rosie is also debatable.
Tushar first.
Shri Mata Vaishno Devi Temple, where is it? Jammu? What was the pilgrim count last year alone in 2023? 1 crore people. 10 million people. I don't know where this 1 million number is coming from. I really don't know. The second Vande Bharat, it went to Katra.
He's counting it going directly from Katra because they don't go via Jammu now. So that's why Jammu is angry. One, Darbar move, and two, because they're going directly and not going to Jammu. So that's why.
Navika, a lot of chatter today would be, is the voting in Kashmir a referendum on Article 370? We must understand what we are discussing today is a poll issue. What was fixed in August 2019 was a constitutional issue. These are two separate things. So the mandate today should not be confused for the constitutional revocation of Article 370. Number two.
But isn't the poll going to be about a referendum on whether people have accepted Article 370 or not?
5 years they have accepted it. The people of India have accepted it. It's the Congress that has not accepted it.
It's going to be a schism. I mean, people in the valley have never accepted it. I mean, are we going to now start uttering falsehoods? The valley has a particular history, it has a particular sensibility, it's not been accepted. And beyond tourism, as I said to you, the city with the tourism has the lowest voting percentage. There is a sense of loss of rights in the valley. Yes, they have voted with a slightly larger percentage in 2014. I just want to put one thing out there, and I will say it with full conviction and information and my own understanding, is that to carry on saying that PDP and a national conference are somehow going to jump and join the BJP that incarcerated them during, they were all under house arrest for a year. The reality in 2014 when Mufti Muhammad Said was alive, can I finish? Was alive, and when he negotiated, he had been a Home Minister of India. He was a guy who saw a sea change, and there was a lot of optimism in the belief that actually there could be a solution. You must remember that the BJP...
Navika, I would want to take Sabha Naqvi's word that the people have not accepted. Let's take her word for word, okay? Then why does the NC need the Congress? Why is PDP reduced to single digits in the exit polls? Sabha is saying the people of Kashmir have not accepted the revocation of Article 370. Yet the principal state parties of Kashmir are struggling today.
Tushar, the experience of both...
And Omar Abdullah is contesting from 2 seats.
After losing a Lok Sabha election just 3 months ago.
Tushar, the experience...
Sanjay, I'm taking your word. I'm giving you the benefit of doubt. But the numbers, the mandate on the ground doesn't...
Shehzad Poonawala also wants to come in. Shehzad Poonawala also wants to come in. Shehzad.
Navika, I almost feel like a Kashmiri Pandit the way you all are ignoring me from speaking and not allowing me to make even one comment.
We are so used to having you in the studios that out of the studio we seem to think, you know...
So used to being in the studio, can't be faded.
This is the problem.
Please go on.
This is the problem. Navika, this is the problem. That the Jammu Kashmir State Assembly used to have 2 nominated members for women. Today, when it's become a union territory, it has 5. Including 2 Kashmiri Pandits, including 1 person who is displaced from POJK. But some people are opposing it. These are the same people who don't want the people of Kashmiri Pandit origin to have a say in the legislative affairs of Jammu Kashmir. These are the same people who want to invisibilize Jammu. These are the same people who want to make it only about one religion specific in Kashmir. This kind of approach is very negative. They don't speak about Pondicherry nominated members. They don't speak about the fact that Lok Sabha had nominated Anglo-Indians. But they have a problem when there are 5 nominated members in the Jammu Kashmir Assembly.
Well said, Aditya Gupta is responding.
They want that only one community should have the say.
What? Sorry?
Aditya, want to respond to what Shehzad said?
No, what Shehzad is saying that doesn't need any response when it comes to Jammu. We don't talk on religious lines. Number 1, straight. Jammu doesn't talk on religious lines. Fact of the matter is that Jammu this time contested elections on issues. As far as Kashmir is concerned, the Kashmir people, if had BJP's narrative been very successful and had 370 been accepted, BJP would have fielded candidates during the parliament elections. They did not. Even in the assembly elections, they have fielded 15-16 candidates. Apart from that, they have given support to Engineer Rashid's party. They have been giving support to Jamaat's candidates. They have been giving support to the ex-Hurriyat leaders. Now, my question is that if you earlier supported Apni party, Altaf Bukhari's party, and the total vote percentage that you got was less than 1 lakh votes that you got in the Kashmir Valley in 3 seats. So where is the point that Article 370 has been accepted by the rest of the country and has not been accepted by Kashmir?
I also need to go to Haryana, but quick.
10 seconds. Okay. Are there, I mean, I'm surprised, are there 2 PDPs, PDP-K and PDP-J? मतलब
And
लग रहा है
saying PDP is not communal in Jammu, but obviously admitting that PDP is communal in Kashmir. You know,
we have to go beyond this Hindu-Muslim thing that PDP and NC and all those people who are on the street shouting Nazarullah Zindabad, they are not communal. We have to go beyond that. I think the point is about development. If Modi has done development and he doesn't get, Sabha, 1 second.
One at a time, don't overlap.
Sabha, please, let's not get rattled. If Modi has done development and the figures are there, why is he not getting votes in Kashmir and why is he going to get more votes in Jammu? That's the whole point. Let's talk about Hindu-Muslim.
Okay, I'm coming to you.
Hindu-Muslim, BJP communal.
I also don't want to look at it.
Are you saying the religious, you know,
it's not about
composition
religion,
does not matter?
It's not about religion. It's, of course, it's also about the Kashmir had a special status. It had a different constitution.
But when we're talking about Valley versus Jammu, religion doesn't come into it. Which word are we looking at?
Navika, I want to explode the myth which is again being circulated that the NC and the PDP might join with the BJP.
Yes.
Let me tell you the truth.
That is a
Let me tell you the
truth.
Let me tell you the truth. An alliance with the BJP, including JJP in Haryana, they have all realized is a kiss of death. Nobody wants to touch the BJP with a barge pole.
Like PDP, like JDU.
Navika, first of all, the issue about not building bridges in the valley. I must ask, Valley today is 99.9% Muslim, bereft of its Hindu population. It's been 35 years. What bridges have you built with the expelled Hindu population?
Yeah.
What even the talk about it, lip service is missing. We are missing in the total conversation about elections. And in fact, let me say this, it's the 5th election in the last 35 years after our expulsion. We are
absolutely crucial point. Crucial point, and I have breaking news. I have breaking news coming in, and big breaking news at this moment is that the BJP has already set up a 2-member committee to look at talking to independents just as results begin to consolidate. And Shehzad Poonawalla, there is no communalism as far as the PDP is concerned. They're an absolutely secular party. Please respond.
So then PDP should have condemned the terrorist attack that took place on the children and innocent women of Israel. On 7th October, they should have condemned Hamas for that while they were removing rallies for Nasrallah. They removed rallies for Nasrallah. The same people did not allow a Shia Tazia to go around in Muharram at any point of time for the last 30 years in Srinagar.
Haryana.
And then they are the ones who are there saying that they are not communal. But forget that. If they were such great parties, do you know, Navika, the maximum seats that any party in Jammu Kashmir has got in the last 15 years has been 28. ये पार्टी एक एक खित्ते की है, ये पार्टी पूरे जम्मू कश्मीर की भी नहीं है. And for the first time, BJP will be the single largest party, thereby becoming a pan Jammu Kashmir party.
Well, it's 8 a.m. and the first counting of votes has begun. We'll begin to see the numbers rolling. Jammu and Kashmir, 90 seats. Haryana, 90 seats. That's where the results are going to come from. And these tallies currently at 0. The exercise of election officials getting into the counting centers, trying to open the postal ballots first is beginning. I'm going across to my colleague Mohit Bhatt joining me from the BJP headquarters. And Mohit, silence unlike the dhols that are on in Congress party headquarters?
Well, that has been the scenario in the BJP from past many elections. Now, BJP clearly has told their workers, their leaders, that till the time the results or the trends are not clear, they should not come to the office to celebrate. And this has been the trend. This is nothing new. Now, we have seen this in the 2024 Lok Sabha election, that till the time the seats do not get cleared or the trends do not get clear, BJP doesn't celebrate. They have taken lessons from the Bihar elections that time around when when they were at the old headquarters. The celebration began at 10 a.m. and then by the evening, the RJD took the lead, and clearly, so we have seen that the BJP does not celebrate early, but yes, BJP believes that in Jammu and Kashmir, they will be the single largest party, and in Jammu, they believe they can get 32 to 34 seats, and they hope that being the single largest party, they hope that LG will call them to prove the majority, and perhaps that is why the senior leaders, as you rightly pointed out, are being camping in Jammu and Kashmir. They are talking to various stakeholders. What we are being told is that some independents are also in touch with the BJP who are likely to win. So BJP is looking at all the permutations and combinations, but when it comes to the celebration, no specific celebration as of now being planned.
Absolute pin drop silence at the BJP headquarters. And joining me this morning, GVL Narasimha Rao of the BJP. Also joining me is Ajay Gulia of the JJP. GVL Narasimha Rao, very circumspect, very calm, on the back foot BJP. Haryana almost out of your hands. Jammu and Kashmir, wait and watch. How does it feel to be a little bit on the defensive? You've been literally on cloud 9 over the last 10 years. Now back on the back foot. How does it feel?
No, Navika, on the contrary, we have, our leadership has batted on the front foot during the election campaign. There was a very spirited campaign that the BJP has mounted. As you know, the BJP does not take any elections lightly and puts its maximum efforts to win every election. For sure, we have been in power in Haryana for 10 years. And back-to-back victories in Haryana. Certainly there is an amount of incumbency that sets in, but still we are hopeful. We are confident of forming the government in Jammu and Kashmir, and also surprising our rivals who are hoping for a big majority in Haryana as well, because these days election results or exit polls cannot be the final say on election results. We've seen that happen even in 24 Lok Sabha elections. So I think the best thing is to wait until firm trends emerge post 12 noon. Until then, I think it will be we are very hopeful of a very positive result in both Jammu and Kashmir and in the state of Haryana.
Also joining me this morning is Salman Ali Sagar, senior leader of the National Conference and also the candidate from Hazrat Bal. Salman Ali Sagar, what are these elections in Jammu and Kashmir all about? What are you looking at, and how is the NC, the National Conference, at the moment poised? Do you think there'll be enough numbers on the board to form a government with the Congress party, or will you need independence or even the PDP?
It is too early to assess what will be the numbers, but we are very hopeful we'll be getting adequate numbers to form government in Jammu and Kashmir with the ally Congress and maybe a few more like-minded allies, secular allies. Let's wait for results by then, but elections are held after 10 years. People have voted in large numbers. They have voted very enthusiastically in Jammu and Kashmir with the hope that they will get democratically elected government after 10 years. And National Conference seems to have an edge in Jammu and Kashmir. And we are very hopeful we will be forming government, inshallah. Let's see.
Forming the government, but the first leads coming up on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, and let's look at the numbers coming in. This is Haryana for you. BJP leading at 2, Congress leading at 2. Very early trends coming in just yet. Postal ballots, JJP at 0 for the moment, Aam Aadmi Party at 0, others at 0. That's the Haryana tally. 2 leads for the BJP, 2 for the Congress, and Jammu and Kashmir. 2 leads coming in for the National Conference and the Congress alliance there together. BJP leading at 1, surely that is from the Jammu region. But in Haryana, let me go across to JJP's Mr. Ajay Gulia. And Ajay Gulia, my question to you is, the poll of polls not very optimistic of the JJP's performance. From kingmaker now to literally being wiped out. what are you looking at in these elections, and are you expecting anywhere कि कुछ magic हो जाए, क्योंकि वैसे तो कांग्रेस जीत रही है, ये सब कह रहे हैं.
Navika, if you remember, we were sitting together on your show in 2019 and we were discussing the same. Everybody was writing us off and saying the BJP won't be able to even open their account, and still we managed to score 10 seats. And now we have experience of 4.5 years of government, and we delivered. We delivered to the people of Haryana. So we are hoping that we will be doing better than the last time.
But 2019 is very different from 2024, isn't it, GVL Narasimha Rao? How many seats? You're also a cephalogist of yours, so tell me anything that can save the BJP after a 10-year of anti-incumbency that it's carrying on its back, and 8 leads, BJP at 3, Congress at 5. What are you looking at? Any magic, anything that can happen in Haryana?
Yes, Navika, I think possibly BJP is the only party in the last quarter century which has won elections 3 times in a row, 4 times in a row. So there are several examples. So BJP doesn't necessarily lose power after 10 years. So Haryana, I certainly hope wish Haryana follows the trend of Gujarat, states like Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, that BJP has won repeatedly. So certainly BJP is very much in the race. We are confident of getting re-elected to par in Haryana as well. Because
it's coming in. Siddharth has some numbers.
We're getting some leads right now from Haryana. In Garhi Sampla, Bhupinder Singh Hooda is leading. In Faridabad, the Bharatiya Janata Party is leading, and Chief Minister Naib Singh Saini is leading from Ladwa seat as well. So those are the 3 leads from Haryana. Omar Abdullah is leading in Gandarbal, and Ravinder Raina is leading from Naushera.
Well, let me also tell you that in Kaithal, the BJP is leading at the moment, and this is the seat where son of Randeep Surjewala is contesting from. Early trends yet, but anything to worry about, Sanjay Jha?
Navika, let me tell you, I will be surprised if the Congress doesn't cross 60 to 65 seats in Haryana.
90 le lo.
No, not 90. I will leave those projections
90.
to the BJP supporters. I think we are more reasonable, more modest and more grounded as well. And I think you are going to see a shift in Indian political narrative at the end of this evening.
That's true. If the BJP is to lose Haryana and not be in a position to make a government in Jammu and Kashmir, will the narrative shift some more? It's already shifting a bit. Already people are saying that, but will it shift some more?
Decidedly so, but the fact remains that BJP is there at the center for the next 4.5 years. I mean, you can't ignore that, right? People would like to do that. People would like to.
It may not last.
Will alliance partners like the JDU and Chandrababu Naidu in the TDP begin to flex their muscles some more, or do you think 4.5 years, is a done deal and kuch nahi hone wala?
Look, what does happen is that if in both the states that have gone to polls, if in both the states BJP is unable to form a government, even as an ally in a coalition, that means that the Congress gets more momentum and the BJP, a little bit of wind goes off from its sails, and it's going to be difficult going in Jharkhand and Maharashtra. But that doesn't mean that the allies are going to pull away support in the next 5 years. What can happen is that their negotiating skills will get a little more muscle when it comes to asking for their pound of flesh from the BJP.
Well, pound of flesh is what it's all about. And Engineer Rashid speaking on what could happen in Jammu and Kashmir. Let's just cut across and meanwhile keep looking at the leads on your screen. Haryana 14 leads, 5 to the BJP, 8 to the Congress. And on the other side in Jammu and Kashmir, 10 leads in Congress National Conference together at 7 and BJP leading in 2, others at 1. Let's listen in to Engineer Rashid.
सांस लेने दीजिए, उनके अधिकार दीजिए, उनको इंसान समझिए, इसको हिंदू मुस्लिम मत बनाइए, इसको आप एक मानवता की हैसियत से देख लीजिए। और कश्मीर का जो मुद्दा है, जैसे इंडिया क्लेम करता है पीओके पर, पाकिस्तान क्लेम करता है इस इंडिया पर, जो भी करना है, अगर जयशंकर जी इस्लामाबाद गए हैं तो सिर्फ दौरे के लिए न जाएं, दुनिया को धोखा न दें। मैं शंघाई कॉन्फ्रेंस के लिए गया, पर्दे के पीछे जो हो रहा है कुछ अच्छा करें, जैसे यहाँ शांति का वातावरण हो और उन मुद्दों पर इलेक्शन लड़ा जाए जहाँ डेवलपमेंट की बात हो, एजुकेशन की बात हो, बाकी चीज़ों की बात हो। लेकिन जब मारा मारी हो, जहाँ अपसफा लगा हो 35-37 साल से, जहाँ 1 लाख लोग कब्रों में सोए हों, जहाँ कश्मीरी पंडित बाहर हों, जहाँ करना, कैरन, उड़ी, मत्सल के हज़ारों फैमिलीज पाकिस्तान भाग गए हों, वहाँ आप सियासत की क्या बात करेंगे? इसलिए मेरी सबसे गुजारिश होगी, जो भी सरकार बनाए, लेट देम बिकम.
Well, let's look at some more leads coming in. Rewari, Chiranjeev Rao leading. He's from the Congress party. Anil Vij contesting his 7th election, leading from Ambala. Vinesh Fogart leading in Julana. Nayab Singh Saini leading in Ladwa. Gurugram BJP is leading. Sirsa Gopal Kanda, and he's with the BJP in this one. He's also leading. Now Aditya is leading in Kaithal. So Aditya Surjewala picks up now, and those are the early trends that we are getting. Any other trends from Jammu and Kashmir?
In fact, let me go back to Ambala cantonment where Anil Vij, the former Home Minister of Haryana, is leading. He's actually taking on a Congress rebel there who might actually eat into the Congress vote, so that's working to his advantage. Gopal Kanda, of course, leading in Sirsa. In Gurugram as well, the Bharatiya Janata Party is leading the stronghold of Rao Inderjeet Singh, the Union Minister.
And his daughter is contesting,
yes,
and she's also a shooter and a sportsman. So early trends yet, that is something that we must all note.
And one more important development, since you spoke of Jammu and Kashmir, Yudhvir Sethi is now leading in Jammu East, which incidentally is the same constituency where the previous spokesperson of the PDP,
Aditya Gupta, who was with us just a short while ago. But these are early trends. Early trends, and Omar Abdullah leading in both Ganderbal and Budgam. What does that really mean, Magami?
तो उमर साहब बडगाम से भी जीतेंगे और गांदरबल से, क्योंकि उमर साहब बहुत बड़े फेस है जम्मू कश्मीर के. रही बात अभी
पर 2 सीट से, फिर अगर इतने कॉन्फिडेंस में थे तो फिर 2 सीट से लड़ने की जरूरत क्या थी?
नहीं, 2 सीट में लड़ने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है?
नहीं, झटका लगा था भाई लोकसभा में, बिल्कुल लगा था.
अगर संविधान में है ये बात, वो लड़ सकते, इसमें क्या है?
So when Barkati came in, that became a reason.
पर अभी जो पीडीपी और बीजेपी, अभी पंडित जी बात कर रहे थे पॉसिबिलिटी एनसी और बीजेपी की. मुझे आप बताइए, पिछले 10 साल से बीजेपी रीजनल पार्टी को कोस रही है, अलगाववाद, परिवाद, करप्शन. लास्ट में ये इन्हीं दरवाजों पे
अच्छा, ये बता दीजिए,
आर्टिकल बनाने के लिए
नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस आर्टिकल 370
अपनी आइडियोलॉजी को सरेंडर करेगी?
बीजेपी नहीं करेगी, आप नहीं जाएंगे, कोई बात नहीं. आप ये बता दीजिए, कांग्रेस आर्टिकल 370 वापस लाएगी?
क्या कहीं मैनिफेस्टो पे कांग्रेस ने जिक्र किया है 370 का?
लेकिन ओमर साहब तो कह रहे हैं कि वो वापस लाएंगे.
साहब अपने मैनिफेस्टो पे काम करेंगे, कांग्रेस अपने मैनिफेस्टो पे काम करेगी.
तो सरकार इकट्ठे कैसे चलेगी?
सरकार सिर्फ सीट शेयरिंग पे है, अलायंस सीट शेयरिंग.
तो पॉलिसीज अलग अलग रहेंगी. 1 minute, let me get in
about restoring statehood as the principal.
Okay, Salman Ali Sagar, what is going to be top of the agenda if the Congress and the National Conference win this election? Will it be only statehood being brought back, or is it also on bringing back Article 370?
देखिए, पहले मैं नाविका जी आपको ये बता दूं, अभी आप बात कर रहे थे उमर साहब ने 2 जगह से क्यों लड़ा. तो जो अभी चल रहा था सिलसिला, सारा जो दबाव था बहुत सी एजेंसीज का यहाँ, जो उमर साहब के मतलब पीछे लगे थे कि जहाँ से वो लड़ेंगे वहाँ से वो ऐसे फोर्सेस को लड़ाएं जहाँ उनको प्रॉब्लम हो जाए. तो उस सूरत में हमने देखा भी ऐसे कैंडिडेट्स को उठाया गया जो सेंटिमेंट के नाम पे वोट लेते थे. लेकिन आज लोगों ने, अभी जो आपकी अर्ली ट्रेंड्स हैं, जो आज लोगों ने बताया है कि वो सेंटिमेंटल वोट की बात नहीं थी, वो एक कॉन्स्पिरेसी थी जिसकी अभी आप बात कर रहे थे, झटका लगा था. वो एक बहुत बड़ी कॉन्स्पिरेसी थी जिसके हिसाब से वो जो रिजल्ट्स आए थे पार्लियामेंट्री इलेक्शंस में. लेकिन इस बार लोगों ने उसी उमर अब्दुल्ला साहब को दोनों जगह से लीड दे रहे, और मुझे पूरा यकीन है वो दोनों जगह से जीतेंगे. तो उस चीज़ को दूर रखने के लिए, उस चीज़ को अवॉइड करने के लिए उमर साहब ने 2 जगह से लड़ा. और जहाँ तक बात है अलायंस के काम करने की, हमारा मेन एजेंडा है रेस्टोरेशन ऑफ आर्टिकल 370, उस पर हम बात करेंगे हमेशा। हम ये मान के चलते हैं, यहाँ के लोग इस बात का मैंडेट आज हमें देंगे जम्मू कश्मीर में, जिस पे हमने इलेक्शन लड़ा है, जो हमारा बेसिक कोर एजेंडा रहा है कि 370 का रिवाइवल, 35A का रिवाइवल और स्टेटहुड रेस्टोरेशन तो एक नॉर्मल सी बात है, वो तो गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को करना ही करना है, क्योंकि किसी भी जगह
अच्छा, तो वो नॉर्मल बात है। मेन एजेंडा है आर्टिकल 370 रिटर्न। मकामी कांग्रेस पार्टी कहां खड़ी है इस पर?
कांग्रेस पार्टी ने अपने मैनिफेस्टो में ये लोगों को आश्वासन दिया है कि रेस्टोरेशन ऑफ स्टेटहुड पहले हो जाएगा। स्टेटहुड
उनके लिए वो सेकंड मुद्दा है। संजय झा, already a dichotomy showing between the National Conference and the Congress.
There is no dichotomy at all. In fact, I think this has been very explicitly stated even during the time of the alliance, that we're going to campaign based on our manifesto, and any conversation on any issue thereafter is going to be a function of the government addressing them together collectively.
Even as the votes are being counted, even as leads are coming in for 22 seats, where 11 are going to the alliance of the Congress and NC, Anand Ranganathan, the conversation is already about first item on the agenda, which is bringing back Article 370, and they're saying baad mein baat karenge.
And this is what I mean, how we have normalized discrimination against Dalits, against Gurkhas, against refugees. For 70 years, their rights were trampled upon by the same Article 370. And now people are saying, it doesn't matter that the Supreme Court has said it should stay. We want to revoke the application. This is how anti-Dalit the people are.
The BJP is openly flirting with
Article 370, while you have the candidate out here saying that it is prime on our list, Farooq Abdullah himself has said कि 100 साल लग जाएंगे 370 को वापस लाने में. So let's be realistic about it. Omar Abdullah in interview after interview has said, let's be realistic. It is part of our agenda, but don't know when it will happen. Restoration of statehood is what they talk about.
और election जीत जाएंगे.
Yeah, so and also, you know, about Dil Jeetna, tomorrow international cricket is returning to Srinagar in Bakshi Stadium after 40 years. After 40 years, Bakshi Stadium, if any of us remember Bakshi Stadium, jahan par Chief Minister used to have, there was a wall of security on 15th of August when the Chief Minister, there were attempts made on a Chief Minister's life. There were bomb blasts at Bakshi Stadium. Tomorrow, international cricket returns after 40 years. So tell me,
isn't that a big deal, Sushil Pandit?
You see, remembering when the last match was played there and what a disaster it was. I talked to Sunil Gavaskar personally, and he said that day he vowed never to come to Kashmir, and he has not set his foot in Kashmir Valley since.
India was playing West Indies in 1983,
and this was the first match
the
after
Indian
winning
team
the
was
World
actually
Cup.
booed by the crowd, and Kapil Dev, who's standing right next to the boundary, was actually booed by the crowd right behind him. They're still scarred by it.
After 40 years, it's returning.
This was the first match India played after winning the World Cup.
And look at the connection. You're saying Kapil Dev was booed. Kapil Dev also comes from Haryana. The Haryana boy booed in Kashmir. That's the connection in this election. And let's once look at the total leads coming in. 34 on 90 from Haryana. BJP leading on 12. Congress on 21. JJP still on 0. Aam Aadmi Party on 0. Others others have 1. That is Haryana for you. Also, let's look at Jammu and Kashmir coming up on this screen. And in Jammu and Kashmir, let's look at 19 leads going to the Congress and NC. Also, what we are seeing, BJP at 12, others at 4, PDP at 2, 37 out of 90 leads. Siddharth, what's the update?
Developments here. Sajjad Lone is leading in Handwara, and Iltija Mufti is leading currently in Shri Gufwara Brij Behra seat as well. So one lead for the PDP, the daughter of Mehbooba Mufti contesting from there. She is currently leading. Sajjad Lone, who's contesting from 2 seats, is currently leading in Handwara.
And Iltija said that she will go with secular forces.
Parties.
Last night she said we will go with secular forces or secular parties in Jammu Kashmir.
So
I want to know which one is the secular
Conference
party.
And Congress, secular tag appropriated
yes.
by them.
I think go back to the Gupkar alliance. I think here is the fundamental point that the PDP and the National Conference have realized, and I think after a very bitter experience, that being with the BJP is not going to pay you any political dividend in Jammu and Kashmir at all. And not just Kashmir, including Jammu. The BJP's politics in Jammu and Kashmir is entirely Jammu-centric. And that's the reality. They believe that just because you allocate some funds to Kashmir, you'll be able to assuage the hurt sentiments. That's not the way politics works.
Well, then one can also say, and GVL Narasimha Rao, I throw that question to you, one can also say that actually the Aam Aadmi Party has learned from bitter experience not to go with the Congress, because in Haryana they are fighting elections alone on 88 seats. And they haven't gone with the Congress party. So they are going to Janta Ki Adalat contesting, and they know Delhi elections coming up next and they have to contest against the Congress party. Clearly, Sanjay Jha making a virtue out of the BJP losing alliance partners and forgetting that many have deserted him in the last 3-4 months.
Aam Aadmi Party would have gained being with the Congress actually.
समझा नहीं पाए ना.
Indie alliance is split, breaking up in every state. You just mentioned the case of Haryana. Even in Lok Sabha elections, they fought against each other in many states. They were sort of allies in Bengal, in Kerala. They fought against each other. And in fact, in Madhya Pradesh, Samajwadi Party contested elections separately from Congress. Aam Aadmi Party contested separately in some other states in Madhya Pradesh itself. So, and in Maharashtra, you are seeing a virtual breakup of the so-called Maha-Aghadi alliance. So, Indie alliance is only a farce. NDA has stayed the course over the last since 2014, though we had majority governments. Though we had our own majority at the center, Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji ensured that we take our allies along, unlike the Congress party, which uses and throws away alliances when it does not need them. So the BJP and Congress cannot be compared in alliance making. We are a far more steadfast alliance leader, unlike the Congress party. And in many states, the Congress itself becomes a liability for political parties. In Haryana, the Congress has junked Aam Aadmi Party. In Punjab, Aam Aadmi Party has dropped Congress Party. So this is the way this so-called alliance is working at the national level.
Alliance is clearly extremely opportunistic, whether it is for the BJP or the Congress party. So let's not take a high moral ground on any such score. But coming to you, Tushar. Tushar, at the rate we are getting leads, 56 leads out of 90. In fact, 60 now coming in from Haryana. And in Haryana, 20 for the BJP, 35 for the Congress party, 1 for others. That's the way. It's a two-way fight between the Congress and the BJP in Haryana, and the Congress definitely in advantage position. We should have the results, I think, in the next 1 hour.
We will. But one interesting thing, Navika, Congress is not getting the sweep it expected in Haryana. The BJP is putting up a fight.
That's
early days yet?
Early days, of course. These are very early trends.
Hanging on to the hopes.
BJP will go down fighting.
Yes, it's not going to be a destination of the BJP.
They will have a loss of votes. But what I felt in the exit poll, and what I also felt there, is that the other players might get wiped out. This is becoming bipolar between Congress and BJP.
Navika.
Yeah.
Well, let me, Anmol Pawar of the Aam Aadmi Party joining us live on this broadcast. And सवाल ये है कि आप बस 3-4 महीने पहले इंडिया अलायंस के पार्ट थे, लेकिन हरियाणा में अब आप अकेले लड़ रहे हैं. कांग्रेस पार्टी पर कॉन्फिडेंस नहीं है, या दिल में, दिमाग में दिल्ली के चुनाव का प्रेशर है?
देखिए, हमें अपनी नीतियों पे कॉन्फिडेंस है, हमें लोगों पे कॉन्फिडेंस है कि वो दिल्ली मॉडल ऑफ गवर्नेंस को पसंद करते हैं. And that is what the people of Haryana are asking, that if Delhi and Punjab can deliver on the promises which they have made before the elections, if they can deliver the basic necessities like free electricity, education, healthcare and water supply, फिर हरियाणा सरकार क्यों नहीं कर पाई है पिछले 10 साल से, या कोई भी सरकार क्यों नहीं कर पाई पिछले 70 साल से? So we are confident of our Delhi model of governance, which is resonating with the voters of Haryana. And in fact, the other states, wherever we are contesting, whether it's Gujarat, we won 5 seats, whether it's Goa, we won 2 seats, whether it's Punjab, we won with a thumping majority, in Delhi, we won thrice. So people are looking forward to a credible alternative in Indian politics, which cares about the well-being rather than...
Which I'm asking you, Anmol Panwar, you think Congress party is a credible party to replace the BJP?
See, I think it's for the voter to decide. As far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, we tried our best to take our agendas before the public. and the people is aware about the fact that whatever promises Aam Aadmi Party makes, it fulfills within 5 years.
लेकिन कांग्रेस पार्टी के बारे में बता दीजिए, what the voters will say, that EVMs will tell us, and that we are getting those election results. I want to know from you, what has been your experience of being an alliance partner of the Congress party? Simple question. I'm asking you for the third time, Panwar Saab.
Experience as in?
What is? Hanji.
The definition of
philosophy.
No. See, aligning with the aspirations of people of Haryana, we tried to forge an alliance before the assembly elections, but eventually the talks derailed due to some reasons, because the only purpose for this alliance was because the people wanted the BJP government out of power.
Okay.
The last 10 years of misgovernance and corruption and deceit, which the Bharatiya Janata Party has done, the people are fed up of this, all this misgovernance. And that is the reason.
Sanjay, he's all tied up in knots here.
No. Well, I just want to make a short point that we are part of the India Alliance. Aam Aadmi Party was part of the India Alliance at the Lok Sabha level, and we will continue efforts to try and negotiate seats with them in every place.
So what is the alliance about?
Well, yeah, at the no, but
it's not a marriage. But
Navika, the India Alliance always kept the doors open at the state level.
Doors open, and when you keep doors open, people also leave and go from the same door. And GVL Narasimha Rao, I'm coming to you, Anand. GVL Narasimha Rao, ये कभी हाँ कभी ना वाली अलायंस हो गई है.
As I mentioned to you, this is nothing but I think they should announce the death of India Alliance, because it's an embarrassment for every state. You claim an alliance, but you end up fighting separately. So I think after, like Hanjeja admits here, that was only a one-time arrangement for 2024 elections, a sort of a mutual protection alliance in 2024. And now that election is over, this is the end chapter has already been written. Now they are on their own in every state, because they see sinking together, and they will sink separately as well. And certainly let them, if they are not, will they have an alliance in Delhi? Elections are around the corner. Will the Maha Aghadi parties contest elections together?
You're already worried about Maharashtra because you don't think anything is happening in Haryana for you. But Ajay Gulia, my question to you is, if the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party had fought elections together, or many of the other opposition parties had come together, would the BJP have had a tougher time in the elections, or do you think this divided house and many parties coming together will give the BJP a little bit of advantage?
No, I don't think so, though. If the parties like Aam Aadmi Party or Congress, they would made any difference in Haryana election. But the regional parties can make some difference in Haryana.
Okay. Aam Aadmi Party को कुछ नहीं दे रहे.
As I told you,
Anand Ranganathan first.
Look, let's talk about this India Alliance thing. As the great oracle Rahul Gandhi, when he was asked what does A in India Alliance stand for, he said ये BJP ने लगा रखा है कि India Alliance is India Alliance. He was forced to say A stands for Alliance. So according to him, it's India Alliance. These are opportunistic alliances. The current chief minister of
on both sides.
The current chief minister of Delhi, Miss Atishi, has been on record saying कि आंखें बंद करके गुंडों को वोट करो क्योंकि बीजेपी को हराना है. How has that philosophy changed? It's not. But I'm just saying, it's just, Sanjay, 1 second. It's just politics. It's not that BJP hasn't done it, but the point is when AAP and Congress do it, they say, no, we are holier than thou. No, they're not.
That's the point.
Navika, 1 minute, is very rich of Anand to talk of alliances. I come from Maharashtra, Anand.
Yes,
it's a joke. It's a
they
joke.
Were fighting with
it's a joke. Now you don't interrupt me, yeah?
Come on, yeah.
It is a collapse. Mahayuti is collapsed. Mr. Ajit Pawar is being shunned. People are saying
wants to jump to Maharashtra. Nobody wants to discuss Haryana. But